even though I created this Oracle deck, Geomantic Oracle deck, I haven't really used it for divination at all. I'm not really exactly sure how to use this deck, whether along the lines of like tarot-esque spreads or things of that nature. So I thought what I'd do is an experiment. I'm going to ask these cards about my future for the next week. What's going to happen in the next week? Then we'll come back in 7 days and we'll look at this video again. So what I'm going to do is go through all the cards face up. So I'm going to basically go through the whole deck quite quickly. So my subconscious and superconscious mind has some idea of what cards are there. And then I'm going to cut the deck twice. So the first time I cut the deck, we'll create the yod and the vowel, and then I'll cut the yod to the yod and the hay, and then the vowel to the vowel and the hay. This is the cutting method that Crowley recommends in the Book of Thoth. So basically, you cut the deck once, and then you cut each one of those once, and it spells out Yod He Vowel He, or the four elements. Okay, so we'll just first of all we'll just go through. I'm not going to shuffle, by the way. I should have mentioned that, but we'll just quickly go through the cards. This won't take too long. And like I said, when we come back in a week, we'll see if this was okay. So this is a divination and an experiment, okay? So that's it. I'm about a third of the way through the cards. Obviously, my conscious mind hasn't got a hope in hell of remembering the order of all these 90 cards, because there are 90 altogether. There's 88 cards of illustrations and 2 blank white cards, which makes it exponentially way more complicated than a tarot deck in terms of permutations. That's it. Okay. So I've kind of like gone through all the cards, okay? So then we put the cards on the table like that. And the first cut basically creates the yod and the vowel, okay? So that's the first cut. The second cut creates the yod and the hay. And the final cut, the vowel and the hay. Okay, so excuse me, these cards are a bit slippery, difficult to deal with. Okay, so for the yod or fire, we have Triplicities Four. We have cube, the cube card. Okay, so for the yod card or fire, we have Triplicities. This represents details and unique things. So this represents uniqueness of ambition, kind of. The He card is cube. So that would represent solidification of emotion, which could be like giving somebody jewelry or writing a poem, maybe. The Vowel card is Tree of Fire. So that represents intellectual inspiration, kind of like firing up the imaginative spheres of the Ruach, which is another Kabbalistic term. And for the He card, we've got Populus, which means people. So this is for the next week, these 4 cards. I think it means some sort of gathering or party. You could ponder on this for a while, but this represents the cube in the He, or the He former, represents solidification of emotion. So some kind of material token of emotion, which to my mind is jewelry. Um, but yeah, people, Populus. So in terms of material manifestations, this card, which is a Populus shield, which I think means that well, basically I'm going to meet people. So and also a lot of intellectual inspiration. So we have in the intellect card or the Vav card, the Tree of Fire. So um, all right, we'll leave it at that. We'll come back to these cards in a week and see if it was correct.